So in this video, I'll be taking you through the latest developments concerning the case of Jay Slater and the initial autopsy investigation which has been carried out. Firstly, I'll take you through a recently released article discussing those particular facts. And then I want to share with you an utterly ludicrous piece which has just been released by GB News, after which I'll be sharing with you my own views. A body found in the hunt for Jay Slater has been confirmed as the teenager a Spanish court has heard. Tenerife officials today revealed that documentation belonging to Jay was found with the body and that everything is pointing to an accidental fall. And now, fingerprints examined in a post-mortem have confirmed that it is Jay's body. Documents found on the body discovered in the search for Jay Slater did belong to the teenager, officials in Tenerife have said. The Canary Islands High Court of Justice added that the 19-year-old in all likelihood suffered an accidental fall, but the cause of death is yet to be determined. Okay, so clearly still very early on in the preliminary investigation into the death of Jay Slater, but it has now been confirmed that the body that they found yesterday in Tenerife is that of the teenager. Now, clearly at this stage, a number of questions still remain unanswered. And obviously we have the very prominent elephant in the room, which is why Jay decided to take the route that he did. I feel I have to draw your attention to a recently released piece done by GB News. This was just a couple of hours ago now. And an interview conducted with an individual by the name of Joe Corley. Take a listen to the following, and after which I'll be sharing some of my own thoughts.
Joe, can you explain why, if this is indeed Jay, why he would have taken this route? So I've seen videos online. The terrain is, it's terrible. It's harsh. It's steep, big cliffs. Why would he have gone down there when there was a main road that he was spotted on?
In my opinion, this is a 19-year-old lad that's possibly been a 3-day, 3-night party. He's not going to have the most energy. He was dehydrated. He was lost. He was tired. He's possibly intoxicated still. I think looking around, if you knew this area, everywhere you look is going to be steep when you're looking upwards. I think it would be the path of least resistance for him to head downhill towards the ocean and then see where he was and see if he can get along the coast. It would have been impossible if he'd have gotten to the coast. But I think it was just the thoughts of a 19-year-old boy. Just go the easiest route, to be honest.
Okay, so the theory, okay, Joe, that does make sense. So in other words, he's thinking, I've just got to get down. I know my accommodation's down there somewhere. If I just go off-road and head down towards the sea, I'm going to get there eventually. And he's possibly lost his footing and has fallen down one of these ravines.
That's what it looks like, to be honest. Yeah, it looks.
Now, what in the world is going on here? He took the path of least resistance. He's just a 19-year-old boy taking the easiest route. The easiest route? Why is this all being sort of normalised by the mainstream media? This was kind of, it was quite normal for him to take the completely wrong direction. Very normal for him to not wait for the bus. Very normal for him to turn down a lift. Very normal for him to walk uphill in the wrong direction. Very normal for him to take the off-road course, which ended up taking his life. I mean, why is this being normalised? Why is this lady even agreeing with him, saying, "Oh, yes, Joe, yeah." It was completely out of the ordinary. The fact that he came out of that Airbnb, the fact that it was reported by all accounts to an ex-police officer, Mark Williams Thomas, that he was afraid for his safety. He didn't want to take a lift. He wanted to go as soon as possible. And now this is being normalised. I mean, even people in the comments section, you just, check the video out for yourself. But even people in the comments section are like, what the hell are you talking about? The path of least resistance. Going off into mountainous terrain. And a lot of people say, I mean, even this guy is saying it here. Oh, he's heading for the sea. He's heading for the sea for what? What, does he plan to walk across the coastline or swim across? I don't know what people are expecting here. He was going in the wrong direction. It doesn't make any sense at all. And again, I'm not one of these people that start talking about, he's being kidnapped or this has happened or I'm not here to discuss that this is anything but a tragic, tragic accident here. But we can't ignore the facts of this case. We can't ignore that there was something that caused him to go in the completely opposite direction. And now, as I say, it's being sort of normalised. And it's being put out there that anybody who discusses this case is just a conspiracy theorist. Peter Blexley, Mark Williams Thomas. Oh, this is something strange going on here. Yeah, it's very weird, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, but don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't discuss it in any way, shape or form because you're harming the investigation. You're the people that are putting this information out there. Jay was worried. I've had critical information that I've now passed on to the authorities. Jay took certain actions that day because he was afraid for his safety. But don't speculate. What many people need to remember here is that the vast amount of speculation comes from mainstream media itself. The other articles that I showed in the other video that I created just a couple of days ago, is this where Jay is? Has he escaped on a yacht? Is he still alive in a different part of Tenerife? Now, I will agree that there is a right way and a wrong way of covering cases. It's never been my position to try and find this individual. Of course it isn't. I'm just a guy who creates YouTube videos. But I'm interested in what led Jay to take those actions. And now to see a video come out saying that this is completely normal, that he was taking a very normal route here. Now, I can understand why this Joe guy has appeared on GB News, because this guy is a travel writer. He's going to want everything to appear normal. Tenerife's a lovely place. The locals are fine. The police are fantastic. He's a travel writer residing in Tenerife. Of course, he's going to make it appear normal, but it's not. Anyone can look at this and see that there's something a little bit wrong here. Why has an individual, a 19-year-old boy or a 19-year-old man, why has he taken that course of action, walking away from the Airbnb, miles and miles from home? And it's not like he didn't know where he was, because when he spoke to his friend Brad on the phone, they pulled up the maps. They knew how far away he was, but he didn't turn back, did he? And that's the question here. Why didn't he just turn back? Why didn't he just go back onto the road and go back past the Airbnb? Because he didn't want to. So what exactly took place there? This is all being completely normalised as if, he was just going in the right direction and, something tragic happened. No, he wasn't.
I think it would be the path of least resistance for him to head downhill towards the ocean and then see where he was and see if he can get along the coast. It would have been impossible if he'd have gotten to the coast. But I think it was just the thoughts of a 19-year-old boy. Just got the easiest route, to be honest.
Okay, so the theory. Okay, Joe, that does make sense.
Anyway, it's fairly evident that the elephant in the room is no longer being discussed. It's no longer important. It's no longer making any sort of news in the mainstream at all. This is all just a tragic accident. I don't really know what to say. I mean, this was a 19-year-old individual on his first proper holiday abroad, staying with his friends, supposedly having the time of his life. He goes to stay with a convicted drug dealer. By all accounts, he was fearful for his safety. That was information we were given by a supposed credible source. By all accounts, he took actions because he was scared for his safety. He left the house. He didn't want to lift. He went in the wrong direction. He went off-road. He started heading towards the sea. He was taking every possible precaution to avoid that place. And yet, by all accounts, that's completely normal. This is all just a tragic accident. Let me know some of your own thoughts down in the comments section below.